Good evening. We begin at 11 with 2 people dead and the search for answers at a Cowlitz County RV park. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. The double shooting was at Silver Lake, just east of Castle Rock. Catherine Cook spoke with a camper who was there with his family and saw the whole thing.
It wasn't a pleasant scene, and this is a camp that we come to every year.
Harrison Roberts was cooking breakfast for his family Wednesday morning when the unthinkable happened. He heard gunfire coming from this boathouse at Streeter's Resort in Silver Lake, Washington.
The gentleman was shot inside the building and ran out, and he was waving his hands, and I thought maybe there was a fire. And he screamed out, "I've been shot," and the guy came out behind him and let him have it.
Multiple people tell KGW the victim was the RV park's owner. Harrison says after the shooting, the victim's wife ran outside.
And he shot at her and didn't hit her.
Cowlitz County Sheriff's officials say the suspect was an 86-year-old man who lived in this motorhome. After the shooting, Harrison says the man wandered around the campground still holding a handgun.
And everybody was kind of freaking out, along with my wife and myself. And he just kind of walked around like nothing even happened.
After a while, Harrison says the suspect walked back inside his motorhome.
My grandson and I heard a muffled shot.
Lower Columbia SWAT responded. They broke the windshield of the suspect's motorhome and flew in a drone. Investigators say they found the suspect dead inside from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Many who live at Streeter's Resort tell us the owners went out of their way to welcome people down on their luck. They don't know what led to the shooting, but tell us just last week, the victim and suspect ate dinner together at a community gathering.
Why somebody would do something like that, who knows?
In Silver Lake, Washington, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
A reminder tonight, if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available 24/7. Just call or text 988. That is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It provides confidential support and crisis resources. Again, that number is 988. Well, we have new details tonight on that propane tank fire that shut down the northbound lanes of I-5 for nearly 12 hours on Tuesday. Investigators are now saying the initial explosion was likely sparked from a mechanical issue on the trailer transporting those tanks, and that the driver apparently did nothing wrong. The fire started just before 5 a.m. Tuesday in North Portland and brought traffic on both sides of the highway to a standstill. Police say there is no indication of criminal behavior and that the driver is cooperating. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, police in Gresham are now classifying a suspicious death from earlier this week as a homicide. Authorities performed a welfare check at a home near Southeast Stark and 208th Avenue Monday night. That is where investigators say they found 76-year-old William Vaughn. Police haven't said how Vaughn died. No word on any suspects. Anyone with information should contact Gresham Police. In Beaverton, one person is in the hospital after a house fire broke out in the Cedar Hills neighborhood. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue say crews responded around 11:30 this morning to Southwest Faircrest Street. One person was injured. Everyone else evacuated safely, though crews say a dog was killed. No word yet there on the cause. And in Cowlitz County, 4 people were seriously injured overnight after their car went off the side of I-5. Authorities say that vehicle went down an embankment just north of Kelso and landed upside down in thick brush and trees. Firefighters used a ladder truck, extending the ladder and then a rope system from that to lift the victims one by one up the steep slope. 2 people were flown by helicopter to Vancouver. All 4 are expected to survive. Washington State Patrol says it suspects the driver was impaired, and they're now facing vehicular assault charges. In Clackamas County, officials are proposing a significant change that would allow authorities to tow campers and RVs even if people are still living inside. Blair Best has that story.
A fresh watermelon, Jamie Smith's breakfast late Wednesday morning.
I've been here for approximately maybe, I think, 6 to 8 months.
Living out of this camper in unincorporated Clackamas County.
And it's not too much, what I have, but it's a big step up from a tent.
She parked it at this camp on a dead-end street between a recycling center and a manufacturing plant.
This it's been here for years, and everybody knows to bring their RVs here.
But this makeshift homeless neighborhood could soon come to an end.
We're here to talk about warrants to help us deal with the issue of occupied RVs within public right-of-way.
Last week, Clackamas County Commissioners proposed changes to county code to make it easier to remove what they're calling nuisance RVs and campers parked on county rights-of-way that people like Jamie live in.
It's the public's right of way. It's our right. Listen to the wording of it.
Currently, the county has the authority to tow abandoned vehicles. It's when someone stays in them that there are legal challenges.
It's my house. It's where I live. It's home.
Under the proposed code changes, if an RV or camper is being lived in, impacting health and safety, and the people have refused to leave despite prior notice and outreach efforts, the sheriff's office could get a warrant and use reasonable force if necessary to remove whoever lives there and have the vehicle towed.
We were going to even think about barricading the road if they came, so we could stand for our rights and try to keep it.
The county is working with local nonprofits to provide outreach services to help people like Bernie.
We're not hurting nobody.
Those who work at the neighboring manufacturing plant say otherwise. They didn't want to be seen on camera.
The smell, the garbage, the syringe needles, the drugs, and all the defecating.
They're cutting our fences to get in. Yeah, to steal, scrap steel, or whatever the case may be.
They've spent $22,000 repairing the fence, the only thing separating them from the camp.
I agree that they have no other place to go, and where are they going to go? But at the same time, you got to get rid of them.
Like I'm not human. Like there's no compassion left in this world. There's no empathy left in this world.
Now, these proposed changes come after years of community members raising concerns about these types of camps. But as you can see, it's a difficult issue to balance. I do want to stress, though, that the county is focused on outreach services so that people aren't displaced if their vehicles are removed. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions here, like where will the vehicles end up and will people be able to get them back? And the county still has to vote on all of this, and there is yet to be a date set for that. In unincorporated Clackamas County, Blair Best, KGW News.
In Tigard, police are searching for a suspect they say vandalized more than a dozen homes under construction and caused about $200,000 in damage. Authorities say he's been recorded on surveillance video over the past few nights, targeting developments on the city's west side on Southwest 150th between Bull Mountain and Beef Bend and Southwest Roy Rogers near Jean Louise Road. Police think he could be connected to the vehicle or vehicles shown here, which appear to be dark colored or gray sedans. Here's what one of the developers told us.
It is without a doubt the worst vandalism we've ever had in the 28 years that I've been with this company, and worst that I've heard in this area ever.
If you recognize the suspect or these vehicles, please call Tigard Police. Today, thousands of nurses at 6 Providence hospitals in Oregon hit the picket lines for day 2 of their 3-day strike. This is what it looked like outside Providence, St. Vincent, and Southwest Portland this morning. The Oregon Nurses Association is in a contract dispute with the hospital system. Nurses are demanding better benefits, competitive wages, and more staffing.
A nurse would struggle to find those finer points of what might be happening with a patient that they're starting to decline if they're too busy with too many patients. In order to provide excellent care, we need to have decent nurse-to-patient ratios.
Well, Providence officials say the union helped legislators write a new law that sets the current staffing levels. They suggested the union work with lawmakers to change the law if they're not satisfied. Meantime, replacement workers are helping staff those 6 hospitals.